Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
Hey everybody, welcome back to a quick beer review. Have we reviewed Narrow Gauge before? I don't know. I can't remember. This could be a new brewery alert on the channel. I feel like I've reviewed some of their beer before, but it's been a hot minute. So we have a Narrow Gauge beer, and I'm excited about this because this is a West Coast Imperial IPA, it says. It is called Scales of Eternity, and it comes courtesy of my man Sean. I appreciate you, sir. We swapped some beers recently, and this was one of the beers that he sent. So yeah, I'm interested to see Narrow Gauge are in Missouri, right? Yes, Missouri. Interested to see a Missouri take on a West Coast IPA, especially these days. Per the label, 8.3%. Keep cold, drink fresh, recycle. This was canned on, it's smudged, May 2nd. Today is June 4th, so just about a month in the can, plenty fresh. There's not a lot of information on here. It does show the hops. It says it's Citra, Mosaic, and Columbus. Columbus is old school. I like that. And it's saying it's using Pilsner, Carafoam, and Crystal malts. I don't know how I feel about that. I've been enjoying the new school West Coast IPAs because they're not using that dark kind of crystal malt, that sweet malt that we're so used to in the past, the old school IPAs. But this one says there's crystal malt in it, so there you go. It doesn't look dark, so that's good. But yeah, I always get excited about trying West Coast beers, West Coast style beers from Midwest breweries. I mean, I live in the land of the greatest West Coast IPA ever, San Diego. I mean, you can go argue with someone else. San Diego is unfuckwithable when it comes to West Coast style IPAs. It's just, I mean, it's facts. So yeah, interested to see what this one's like. This has a chill haze on it. It's not crystal clear, but I can see my finger through the bottom of this glass. It's like a cool, sunshiny, like golden yellow color. Don't know what it looks like on camera. Probably looks darker on camera, just because I sit at a red video game. I say it every single time, but yeah, it's got that just cool, like, it looks like sunshine up here. It's much more clear. It almost has that lagerish kind of look at the bottom of this glass. Up here, it's much more like bright, vibrant orange. I can smell it when I open it, so I've got high hopes for this one. Shove our fat nose in it. This smells like candy, like citrus candy. It almost has like a sugary sweetness to it, but not like, it doesn't smell, I mean, I'm still thinking about that there's crystal malt in this. It doesn't have that like, it's hard to describe what crystal malt was. It used to smell, I mean, it definitely gave it like a sweet kind of bready thing. This smells sweet, but it's like hop candy sweetness. It's definitely citrus, like think tangerine, like sweet orange. It's so when I say sweet, like when you think of West Coast IPA, this doesn't smell pithy or dank. It smells citrusy sweet. Maybe a little bit of like pine. It doesn't go resinous though. It does have like a bready kind of like sourdough bread crust kind of a thing. And I mean, this is, you know, we're getting in the 8.5% range. It could be a touch of alcohol that I'm smelling. It smells really good. It does. It's like, if you like think of like orange hard candy that has just like a kind of sugary sweet coating on it with a little bit of like pine, maybe even like a little bit of like floral kind of a grassy thing. It smells good. Let's go ahead and taste it, Sean. Cheers. Thanks, bro. So it didn't smell pithy, but it is very pithy. Like grapefruit rind. Wow. I wasn't expecting that because from the smell, it didn't smell like it was going to taste like that. This is hoppy AF. Super hoppy. Really, really intensely, like if you zested grapefruit and just ate, you know, the zest of it and let it sit on your tongue, how it's just like that bitter citrus thing. That's what that tastes like. It doesn't smell like that, which is crazy. It's got a nice, like, if this is gonna sound weird. It feels light, but it drinks light, but it's got like a fuller body to it. I will say I can't see carbonation in this glass, and usually these Speak Aloud glasses or whatever it's called, it creates like a lot of carb. It doesn't feel very carbonated on my tongue, which isn't like a big deal, but if this was more spritzy, I think it would like kind of be more bright and poppy, but instead it stays super bitter, pithy, which again is not a bad thing. I definitely think this drinks more towards the old school West Coast IPA, just with that intense bitterness and sweetness. It is bready on the finish, but it's plenty hoppy. Even, I mean, I kind of wonder what this was like really, really fresh. Not that a month is, old, but like week of when it was canned, I wonder how much more intense that kind of hop craziness is. Because it assaults your tongue. My tongue, it has like that numb feeling from all the hops. It's just like pithy grapefruit citrus hops. I don't know, other than the aroma, like kind of smelling the piney kind of, maybe grassy floral thing. I don't know what the Columbus is offering. Mosaic can get dank, but this doesn't drink dank to me. And maybe just that kind of sweetness that you're smelling is part of the Mosaic, but this to me is just straight bitter grapefruit citrus, which isn't a terrible thing. I mean, it's good. I enjoy that. I would probably, you guys know these days I'm a lower ABV kind of a guy. This going towards 8.5, like I wouldn't sit and just crush these back to back to back. I couldn't, because I wouldn't be able to taste, anything after a couple of these. But this, like I said, it drinks light. So it's fun to have a Midwest take on a West Coast IPA. This is definitely, though, towards the older school West Coast IPA. It's not crazy fruity tropical. It's super grapefruit bitter with that like just kind of bready sweetness on the finish. So good stuff. It's fun to drink. Scales of Eternity from narrow gauge, right? Not narrow gauge, narrow gauge in Missouri. If you guys have had it, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think, Sean. I appreciate you sharing this one. And hopefully I will see you guys soon. I always say that, but I'm so bad with uploads right now. So talk soon. Cheers.
Thank you for coming behind the bar, in the arcade, all that shit.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.